aquarium. Because it goes all the way around, eh? No guns on sale? A lot of fishing stuff.
Oh yeah. They're both comfy.
Yep. So anyways, yeah, we just stayed under these power lines, so we're gonna head towards Knoxville. The first place we come for a break, I think that's where Lori and I are parting, because she has like 2 days to make it back up to Philadelphia. She has to get a medical and stuff like that for her nursing job. She does part-time nursing, if you don't know, and I am just taking my time to make my way back up into Canada. I still haven't really decided what I'm doing yet. Probably heading more to the East Coast. Where are you going? I definitely want to do the Carolinas and then head up along the East Coast. Do I go into Canada to the East Coast? That I haven't really decided yet. Maybe out to Nova Scotia and then make my way back to Ontario. So that's definitely a possibility. All right, here we go.
Carry on, sweet singing song of the South. Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Heads Carolina, tails California.
So this is called the Cornwall furnace, and well, I don't know. I guess you can pause it and read it there. So yeah, during the Civil War, it had produced the cast iron, and it was used during the war to make different things. They got a nice little park here and everything. So they said they had to load the furnace from the top. Was there? Yeah, I think there was actually a fairly decent picture on this thing. That's the picture of it right there. The furnace is right there. So there was a building that came out. It's pretty big. Very cool looking. Put you inside there, see if you can, what you can see in there. Okay. Hey guys, just going for a walk at, so where I am right now is A.H. Stevenson State Park in Georgia. Oh, big shadow, big bird. Oh, he was the vice president of the Confederate States, and then I believe he was the 49th or 50th governor of Georgia. 50th. And not to worry, guys, I'm still hiking in Crocs. Anyways, there's a trail right here. I have no idea where this goes. Oh. Obviously, you can tell there was a fire here. When? I'm not 100% sure. But, yeah. Didn't look like it did a whole lot of damage to the trees. You can definitely tell some of the trees got hit pretty hard. So I didn't do a whole lot of recording, guys, from crossing the border in Baja and across Arizona, you know, Texas and stuff like that, mainly because I did it last year and there was, I don't know, I guess could always try to do a better job of looking things up. Oh. Poor little birdhouse. Oh. But anyways, which you probably already known by now or whatever, Lori, she head back up north to do her nursing job. She's going to be heading back up to Philadelphia. So I'm going to make my way over. Well, I'm pretty close to the East Coast now, and then make my way up through the Carolinas, and then probably back up into Canada through the East Coast, and then back over to Ontario. So I'll probably be back in Ontario in middle of June, maybe end of June. Okay, I just came to a Y in the road. That looks more like well, it was a road, but I'm wondering if they put this one in secondary just because that one looks like it's got a lot of water damage, like from being in a wash. So, we're just going for a walk. So I'm no expert, but it almost looks like to me this could have been a control burn. And the only reason why I say that is because this little wee path I'm on right here, there's nothing on this side that's been touched. Absolutely nothing. And you know yourself, anybody that knows anything about forest fires, you can have something that's 100 yards wide and it'll jump. So for me, this is almost a control burn. Like there's really no huge damage to any of the trees here. And like I said, if you can see this little path here, which is 5 feet wide, it stops right on this edge. And there's absolutely nothing on this side. So I'm assuming this was a control burn. Oh, I see it leaking from me. So I'm on the other side of this burn, like the wind is coming this way now and I can smell it. And so two things that tell me this wasn't that long ago. A, I can still smell it as if it's fairly raw. And B, there's nothing growing yet. Give this thing about 1.5 to 2 months with about 3 good rains, and it's gonna look like a golf course in here. They used to do that when I lived in Calgary. Nose Hill Park is what it was called. And of course, the grass was like about this tall, this wild grass. Every year they did a controlled burn on it, and it looked like that. And then within about 3 weeks, it looked like a golf course. So I see nothing. I see a couple of spots, but nothing major coming back up yet. Well, that's obviously because there's water down there. But yeah, you can tell that this hasn't been all that long ago. And like I said before, because of the smell. Oh, there's a little excavator up there. Tractor, backhoe, and a small excavator. Kubota. Little picnic area down here. Nice. So this is just a little wee thing on the side here that tells you about the wildlife and stuff like that. Birds of prey, the waterfowl, and the bald eagle. But I read halfway through this before I realized something. There's a bat. And this is what bats like to do. He can crawl right up in this little wee hole and scoot up there. He's going for a little sleepies. I'll guarantee you if you had a little camera set up here, you'd watch him scurry down and go out and get himself some num-nums. Anyways, cool. I mean, that's one thing I'm surprised you don't see is bat houses. Like, why wouldn't they have a whole bunch of bat houses out here? Away from the trees, because they don't like, they're very picky about where they can go in their nesting so they don't get, you know, attacked or anything like that. So just put a pole out here about 25 feet off the ground in a bat house. And it wouldn't take long for the bats to find it. So that's the way to get out of here. That's the way we came in. And there is, I don't know if it's at this road here. We'll check on their cottages, trail. Okay, yeah, so when we leave, we're gonna take a drive down this way and we'll come back out this way. It's a one-way. And that's where if you have a horse, you can bring your horse down here. They have a little pasture for them and a stalls. And then you can camp down the campground. And this is just basically the RV campground up here. You've been watching my videos from day one. You would have saw some other places like, remember in Salem, New Salem, when the Lincoln town and all this. So this is another one. So Roosevelt, I don't know, guys, don't quote me on the exact dates, but like in the early 30s, because of the Depression, he took to put work back and give people jobs, young men that were not enlisted in anything else, like the military or anything like that. He founded the CCC, the Civilian Corporation Corps. No, not corporation. Civilian. Oh, conservation, that's what it is. Civilian Conservation Corps. And he gave these young men work. And so they actually made this park. Just like they rebuilt Lincoln's residence when he was a young boy. If you check that video out, maybe I'll try to put a link below if I know how. But anyways, so they actually built this, and they built this tower up here. And yeah, so he did a lot of good stuff back then, because obviously the Depression was not good. And so basically he gave these young guys a job. I think they're like around 18 to 25 or 26 years old in there somewhere. So there's the old, I always gotta turn that on. There's the old truck camper right there, hidden behind that tree. It's saying, you can't see me. If I can't see you, you can't see me. So they say this tower was actually built for a couple purposes. It was a fire lookout, and then it also held water for the camp. And just from on the inside there, it looks like there's plaques and stuff like that. So I'm thinking in the summertime they actually have this open for a tour. It shows, maybe if I can find it on this plaque up here, it shows a picture of the guys. Yeah, it is on this plaque here. There's good old Roosevelt right there. There's the tower. They're building it. That was what the camp looked like. And then the officers at the camp. And then the men of company 478. See, there it is right there, unemployed, unmarried men of 18 to 25, okay? Nice. That they should have nowadays for these young guys that are just sitting at mommy daddy's house playing video games. Get them out here working. I'll guarantee you wouldn't have half the problems we have today. But everybody's got feelings now, so you're not allowed to tell them what to do. Isn't that nice, eh? Welcome. Thank you, government. I should leave some good comments. Good morning, guys. I hope everybody's doing good. I woke up fairly early in the morning, left that beautiful spot where you just would have watched, and went to the local laundromat, which was only about 4 kilometers down the road, which worked out really nice. And they have showers, so I thought, you know what, perfect. Took a shower. All the clothes are in there right now. I don't know, have I ever taken a shot from this direction before in the camper? I'm usually always sitting on that side, and it's just one of those force of habit things. It's like sleeping on the bed. You always just normally sleep on one side of the bed, so I just thought, oh well, I'll change it up and put the camera on that side. So that's normally how my view of this camper is sitting on that side, mainly because the TV's here, right? So this TV swings out, so it's just easier to sit over there. I've always kept thinking about maybe taking this table and dropping it down and then using it more like a lounge type area. Put a pillow behind you and you can sit there, and rather than sitting like at a bench all the time. But I haven't done it yet. Maybe someday. All right, guys, that is it for this one. I'm just going to wait for my laundry and head on down the road. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, be good, be kind, be careful. We're going to talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way.